Tim Rogers back with the Farm News Media team, and now I've got the chance to sit with Jason McConnachie. Just spent some time with your brother Tom in the combine running dry beans. Wanted to have a chance to talk to you as well about dry beans and the family farm. How are things looking in this field?
They seem to be looking great so far, actually. We're just getting started and going around the headlands, but I asked Tom if he had any idea on how they're running. He thinks they're running pretty good just from what he's got so far, so we're excited. We think our dry beans, at least the early planted ones, are going to run well.
Good deal. Now, I know one thing that Tom mentioned to me is that you guys plant some organic crops. You're a little diversified. Talk a little bit about why you guys ventured into the organic crop business.
Well, the stars kind of aligned on that for us, actually. A guy that we was doing some business with happened to be an organic farmer, and he told us that if we grew organic crops, we wouldn't grow sugar beets anymore. And at first, of course, we all but laughed. And then we came across the field that was for sale, and it had hay on it for quite a while, and it didn't have any of the stuff that, any illegal stuff put on it, applied to it, fertilizer or chemicals. So it worked out really well that came along. The timing just lined up, so that's kind of how we said, well, let's give it a shot. And we've been lucky, I guess, and it's been going pretty well for us so far.
So how many acres of organic crops will you have this year?
We'll have about 175 this year, but next year we've got a bunch coming out of transition. Next year will be like 640 next year. So
how many year process is it to convert to organic before you're certified?
2 years of transition, and then the third year you can certify organic the third year.
Okay.
They say 3 years, but it's from the date that the last illegal application right up to harvest. So you can plant before that 3 years and still be okay, but it's harvest that the 3 year date goes to.
So during that transition period, how do you market your crops and what happens with that?
Yeah, well, at first we were planting crops like normal, and the problem with that though is that you get an organic yield in a conventional price. So it's pretty tough to do that. So what we've been trying to do other things like hay or like we like to plant cover crops, so we use one field to grow rye on, and just stuff like that, whatever we can do to put something on the ground, something beneficial.
Yep.
If not to the pocketbook, at least to the ground.
Yeah. So kind of a gamble to do the organics to get through that transition period. It's got to be a kind of a challenge. Hopefully.
Financially, it definitely is.
Okay.
Very challenging in that way.
So talk a little bit about the crops that you have for organic. You're growing organic corn, you said?
Organic corn and black turtle beans. And
black turtle beans.
Yeah.
So,
well, same thing we've got here today, actually, but yep.
So you'll have black organic beans and then just conventional black beans, dry beans, right?
Yep. Conventional, yeah, same varieties even. Okay. Conventional and organic. So
are those still marketed the same through bay processing?
No. That's one thing that is less enjoyable about organic, is getting your crop marketed. With conventional, you can just run up the road to the co-op and market your crop. But with organic, it's a little bit different. You gotta look a lot harder to find a buyer.
The grower has to be responsible for marketing it, right?
Yeah, and you can find people to help you market, but and that's gonna cost you, and but at first it's kind of a necessary cost. Yeah. It's one of those things.
So tell me about the organic corn that you're growing. What kind of corn is that, and where does that end up?
Herbrooks Poultry Ranch actually buys a lot of organic. They produce organic eggs, so they've got to have organic feed. I'm not sure if any of ours actually went there last year. I believe it went into Indiana and I forgot just what they did with it down there, but or if they were chickens or they fed it.
Okay.
But I'm thinking that might have been a chicken ranch too, but I'm not sure.
Very, very cool. So tell us a little bit more about the family farm. Tell me who all is involved in the farm.
Well, my grandpa, to start out, there's Grandpa. He's 80, just turned 85, and he still likes to help out with whatever he can do. He likes to work ground and stuff like that. And then, but he's not a partner anymore. But he's still around. We like having him. And then there's my
Haven't
dad.
kicked him out yet, huh?
No. And Grandma cooks a lot for us, so we got to be careful. And Dad, the partners are my dad, myself, and my two brothers.
Okay. Awesome.
And then we have Sean, who's a friend of the family and our hired man.
Awesome.
So.
Well, I appreciate letting us come out today and spend the day with you here in Deckerville.
Yeah.
Hopefully you guys have a prosperous fall, and until next time, appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. It's nice to have you guys out.
Yeah.